For decades, we've been dreaming about creating machines that don't just compute, but actually think. Machines that can learn and reason just like us. This isn't just about making our software a little smarter. It's the grand quest for what's called artificial general intelligence.
But it really makes you stop and think, right? What is the difference? We're surrounded by AI everywhere, but where's that line between a really clever program and a mind that can genuinely understand the world?
Well, that ultimate goal has a name: artificial general intelligence, or AGI for short. This is pretty much the holy grail of AI research. We're talking about an intelligence that can tackle any problem, not just one specific narrow task, with the same kind of flexibility and insight that a person can.
So let's break that down a little. What is AGI really? And maybe more importantly, how is it so different from the AI that you and I use every single day? Okay, so on one side, you've got what we call narrow AI. Think of it like a specialist. Siri is great at setting alarms, Netflix is amazing at recommending movies, they're incredible at their one job. But on the other side, you have AGI. And AGI is a generalist. It can problem solve, use common sense, maybe even be creative, a whole lot like the human mind. So how do we even know if we've actually done it? How do you test for that kind of flexible human-like thinking? Well, it turns out there's a very specific test designed for just that. And what it shows us is pretty fascinating. It's called the RAC-AGI benchmark, and it's built to test one key human ability: generalization. That thing we do where we see a couple of different chairs and our brain just gets the idea of chair. We can then spot a new chair we've never seen before. That knack for generalizing is a huge part of what makes our intelligence so powerful. Now, the latest version of this test, ARC-AGI-3, is really clever. The AI gets dropped into a little game world with, and this is the key part, 0 instructions. None. It has just a few tries to figure out the rules and the goal all on its own. This isn't a test of what it knows. It's a test of pure, raw intuition. So here we go, the ultimate showdown. You've got this incredibly tough intuition-based test, and on the other side, the most advanced AI models in the world. So how did they do compared to just a regular person? The results show it's a massive gap. Humans solve these puzzles almost perfectly. The best AI, one of the most powerful models we have, scored a whopping 0.3%. It just completely fails. Because at its core, today's AI is a pattern matcher, not a reasoner. It doesn't truly understand what it's supposed to do, and that is a huge reminder of just how far we still have to go. And to add a little insult to injury, getting that near zero score wasn't cheap. It cost over $5,000 in computer time for that top model to fail so spectacularly. So the big takeaway here is that current AI still lacks our basic efficiency and, our intuitive grasp of how the world works. But let's just imagine for a second that we do close that gap. What happens then? I mean, what would a world run on true AGI actually look like? The potential is, honestly, it's staggering.
I mean, just think about the possibilities. In healthcare, an AGI could help diagnose complex diseases or perform surgery with superhuman precision. In science, it could help us crack some of our biggest problems, like climate change or exploring deep space. It could totally change education by creating a perfect learning plan for every single student. And in finance, it could make market predictions with insights we can't even imagine right now.
Now, while that future isn't quite here yet, the AI we do have today is already making huge waves. It's reshaping our world in some really profound ways, and that means we have both incredible opportunities and some very, very serious challenges to deal with, like right now. There's this quote that really just nails the moment we're in. The immediate change isn't about AI just taking everyone's jobs. It's about people who know how to use AI having a massive advantage. It's a huge signal that all of us need to adapt and learn how to work with these new tools if we want to stay ahead. But there's a darker side, of course. AI's ability to analyze people makes it an incredibly powerful tool for manipulation. This playbook pretty much lays it out. You collect data on users, you analyze it to figure out their personality, and then you hit them with hyper-personalized propaganda designed to change how they think and act. Now just imagine that, but powered by a true AGI. It could be exponentially more persuasive and almost impossible to spot. And look, this isn't some far-off theoretical thing. This tech is already being used to create all sorts of new threats. We're seeing these really sophisticated scams that use cloned voices of family members or perfectly written emails. AI-generated images and videos are making it harder than ever to know what's real, which just fuels the spread of fake news. And that same ad targeting technology is being used to make propaganda more effective than ever. So yeah, we are standing at a major crossroads. We have this unbelievable potential on one side and some really significant risks on the other. So where do we go from here? What does that road to AGI actually look like?
Honestly, nobody knows for sure. The predictions are all over the place. You've got some very optimistic experts who think we could see AGI as early as 2030. Then, the median forecast from a big survey of specialists puts it closer to 2060. And of course, there are the more cautious voices who say, slow down, we're still many, many decades away.
But in the end, the exact date doesn't matter as much as the fact that, well, AGI is coming. It has the potential to solve some of humanity's greatest challenges, but it also has the power to create brand new ones. So the real question we all need to start asking isn't when it'll get here, but will we be ready for it when it does?